So I was teaching when 9/11 happened. It was my first year teaching. I was here at Jeff City High School. And I'd always wanted to serve in the military, but I didn't out of high school. Something I regretted. So after 9/11, I decided I should probably look into it. Chose the National Guard because I wanted to be able to serve my community. I knew they responded to floods and tornadoes and things like that. So walked into the recruiting office at 27 years old with no military experience and joined. And then I've been in since. I remember 9/11 happening, and it made me reevaluate a lot of things that I had been doing and wanted to do in my life. It made me think back, and one of the things that I'd always wanted to do was serve my country. So as a teacher, I saw myself as kind of serving, but I thought I can do more, and so I wanted to. And like I said, I'd wanted to join the military. Wasn't really an option for me coming out of high school, so I started looking at it again and looking at it seriously, but I enjoyed teaching, so I had to find a way to balance serving my country and continuing to teach. So 9/11 just made me relook at my whole life and see what is it I want to do, because I could have been on one of those planes, or I could have been in that building. So the short answer, the easy answer for high school kids is I say that engineers do two things. We build things and we blow things up. But it's so much more than that. As a major, I'm an officer, so a lot of what we do is we plan, we prepare, and then we're supervising to make sure that the plans happen the way that they're supposed to. So currently the position I'm in, I work in plans, so we're writing the physical plan that others have put together. So think of it as you're writing an exam or writing a paper that other people have done the introduction and part of the body paragraphs for and the conclusion, and then we make sure that it's all synced up and written the way that they need it to be written, and put it together for the boss to approve, and then it gets distributed out. Before that, I was an executive officer as a major as well, and I spent a lot of time organizing meetings, figuring out who needed to talk to who, basically running the daily schedule to make sure that the staff, the 6 staff sections plus the special staff, were organized and in sync and getting things done. So it was a very busy position, but it reminded me a lot of teaching, because you're constantly being pulled in different directions. So it's a lot of organizing and supervising at this point. So state emergency duties. Working backwards, this past summer I worked with the Army National Guard on the COVID response, so to distribute personal protective equipment, or PPE, around the state, coordinating that, coordinating where troops were going to be to assist counties with testing, or other things they needed assistance with, like food pantry support, school lunch programs, packing breakfast and lunch. Some districts didn't have anyone to do with that, or couldn't handle the need. Same with the food pantries. Food pantries lost a lot of their volunteers. Before that, I've worked several flood duties, both in the planning level, like in state headquarters, and also out on the ground, coordinating sandbags to the point of, put the sandbags here, we need more trucks coming in here, doing some of that. I also worked a tornado in St. Louis. It's a microburst that hit in downtown St. Louis, or just outside of downtown St. Louis. Knocked out power for several blocks, so we were literally cutting trees out of the road so that Ameren could come in and hook power back up, since it was the summer and it was sweltering. So Afghanistan, I deployed in 2009, 2010. I deployed as a captain, headquarters company commander with an engineer battalion. So our job was route clearance. So we'd find the bombs and find them before they went off. Not my job. My job again was coordinating and planning. So running the headquarters company, which oversaw that. So trying to get people moved where they needed to be, supplies moved where they needed to be. It was 11 and a half months in theater with 2 months of train up before we went. Yeah, it felt like a short time, but some days felt very long. So my military experience helps with military leadership and in the classroom because being in the military provides an instant connection with students who have family in the military or want to go in the military or have questions about the military. And Jeff City having a strong military tradition, a strong background, we have a lot of veterans and prior service in the area, that helps make a connection with the students, but also with students in class, provides some stories and a bigger worldview, and the little bit of travel that I've done with the military, it helps with that as well. The military experience also provides teachable moments that I can bring into class, stories. I can tell a short story and then relate it back to class, especially military leadership. When we came down, when we go do anything, we have a mission, so we have to come up with a mission plan. So who's in charge, what are the duty positions we need, what are we going to do when we get there, how are we getting back, planning the route to and from. And so it's part of that forward thinking, and then you're planning. So in military leadership, we do a 20-year plan and a 10-year plan and a 5 and a 1-year plan. And as we talk through them, as the students talk through and present, then we have to figure out what's your backup plan. What if you can't join the service because of an underlying health condition that keeps you out? What's your backup plan? What's your third plan? Because that's life. You've got to have extra plans, so don't just think one focus. What else can you do? And I talk that in my regular classes as well, that you don't have to know right now, but start making plans. What do you think you want to do?